We've all heard the saying that before you judge someone, walk a mile in their shoes. It's a reminder to practice empathy toward other people in our lives. But now a new exhibition is putting that saying into practice. The 2019 Biennial of the Americas Festival recently launched Empathy Museum's A Mile in My Shoes. And here with more about this unique concept is Erin Trapp. She's the CEO and Executive Director of the Biennial, and Daphna Michelson-Janae, one of the exhibition storytellers. She's also a member of the House of Representatives in Colorado, and it's such a pleasure to have you both on the show.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. And Erin, I'd like to start with you and talk about the Empathy Museum's exhibition, A Mile in My Shoes, and what it's all about.
Well, this exhibition is by an artist named Claire Patty. She's London-based, and she came up with the idea of literally curating stories from around the world that sort of tell someone's story, puts hopefully someone in a different perspective, but literally lets you walk in the shoes of that person while you're doing it, which just changes your outlook on how you hear the stories.
Of course it does. Of course it does. All right, so the Biennials of the Americas is an organization that helped launch the exhibition. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So the Biennial is intended to build connections between North and South America, our own global neighborhood. So we bring people from all over the Western Hemisphere here to talk about ideas that are relevant in Denver. We do that through art, ideas, and culture, so it's a lot of fun and you can learn something at the same time.
All right, so then what's the connection between that and then the Mile in My Shoes, the museum?
So every 2 years when we launch the Biennial in Denver, we have a theme, and this year's theme is empathy in action. We think, looking around the Western Hemisphere right now, that's one thing that's sort of missing from the global conversation. People talk a lot about the division, but when you think about empathy, it's something that really can bring people together. So this Empathy Museum exhibit was a natural fit for our empathy in action theme.
Excellent. And we did mention that the exhibition is going to be in downtown Denver. So as folks come to see this exhibition, what will they experience?
In this case, when you walk up to our shoe store, you'll get a chance to select a pair of shoes from someone from Denver, hopefully someone with a perspective totally different than your own.
Yeah.
You can actually put the shoes on and walk around the downtown area while listening to their story.
Okay. Why did you choose empathy in action as really the theme for this particular festival?
You know, we choose the theme 2 years out, so it's a challenge to find something that's going to be relevant and topical at the same time. But again, in the moment of political division that we're sort of living in, we thought empathy was a really good way to help people think positively and also hopefully find some actions that can help us bring solutions to our shared problems.
Wonderful. Daphna, you're one of the storytellers here. I'm anxious to hear from you, and you're featured in the exhibition. What is the story that you'll be sharing?
Well, I tell the story of trying to advocate for my son and being a mother with a child who has unique needs in school and having to knock down all the doors to get him the help he needs, and that leading me on the path to the House of Representatives.
Okay, so then just to put this into perspective, people who come to this exhibition will be hearing you speak, but they'll be walking in your shoes, literally. Okay, so tell us how that works.
Well, they told me when I was asked to be a part of this that I would have to give up a pair of my shoes. And I seriously questioned whether or not I wanted to participate. But I think the concept of empathy is so strong. So these are my shoes here that I gave up and I really love. I'm on brand wearing similar shoes today.
Yes, you are.
But these are actually my shoes, and if you take a look at them, you can see how hard that I have been walking all over Denver, all over Colorado to not only help my son, but help other children in need.
Yeah, and then what is the significance really of those shoes for you? What comes to mind when you think of that?
You know, they look like me. In terms of how I dress and who I am and how I try to stand in the world. And they're heels, so that will be interesting for some people. I wonder if any guys will try them on. I dare you, I double dog dare you. And what it's like to be a woman who's really trudging around in the world trying to make a difference.
My goodness, that sounds incredible and truly personal, and to be able to see other people walking in your shoes and hearing your story. Erin, how did you choose the stories and the storytellers? That had to have been difficult.
It was. We worked with partners who have a broad view on Denver's landscape, including the Denver Office of Storytelling, the Riverfront Community Foundation, and the Random Acts of Kindness Foundation. So they helped us find the people that would contribute the shoes, like Daphna, who, you know, I put on a pair of work boots, and boy, that's really different than the sandals I usually wear every day. So
Certainly.
the shoes really help you convey the story you're listening to and listen to it just with hopefully an open mind.
As you're telling us this last piece here, go ahead and
Yeah.
lift up these shoes. These are some other shoes that you may see, you may have a chance to touch. And where can people find this exhibition and more information about it?
Yeah, people can come to the exhibition. We're right across the street from Union Station in Tail Tracks Plaza on 16th Street Mall. Our website is biennialoftheamericas.org. We hope you'll come join us.
Wonderful. Erin and Daphna, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Of course. To walk a mile in someone else's shoes, visit the Empathy Museum's A Mile in My Shoes exhibition between now and September 27th at Tail Tracks Plaza, located on 16th Street between Wewata and Wynkoop Streets. For more insight into empathy in action, mark your calendars for September 25th through 28th for the 2019 Biennial of the Americas Festival. For more information about the Biennial, the festival, and A Mile in My Shoes, visit biennialoftheamericas.org.